Hello, this is Dr. Grande. Today's question is, can I analyze the case of Traci Soderstrom? Just a reminder, I'm not diagnosing anybody in this video, only speculating about what could be happening in a situation like this. If you enjoyed this video, please like it, subscribe to my channel, and consider supporting me on Patreon. I will put the link to Patreon in the description for this video. First, I'll look at the background of this case, move to the timeline of the incident, then offer my analysis. Traci Soderstrom was an attorney who lived just outside of Chandler, Oklahoma, which is about an hour east of Oklahoma City. In November 2022, she ran a campaign to be a district judge in Lincoln County. According to a campaign website, Traci joined the Oklahoma National Guard at the age of 17 before accruing almost 20 years of legal experience. In addition to having a law career, she also owned a cattle operation. She had been married for 26 years and had 4 children. Traci was successful in her campaign to be elected as a judge. She was sworn in as a district judge for District 23 on January 9, 2023. Traci worked in Chandler, Oklahoma. Now moving to the timeline of the incident. In May of 2018, a man named Christian Tyler Martzel and his girlfriend Judith Danker were accused of first-degree murder in connection with the death of Judith Danker's 2-year-old son, Braxton. In 2019, Judith pleaded guilty to a lesser charge and received 25 years in prison. Christian went to trial, which started on June 7, 2023. 50-year-old Traci Soderstrom was the judge assigned to preside over this trial. During various parts of the trial, like the opening statements, Traci sent and received text messages while on the bench. She was captured on camera doing this. This led to a 47-page petition being filed by the state on October 10, 2023. The petition asked for Traci Soderstrom to be removed as a judge. Here is a summary of the petition. During the murder trial of Christian Martzel, Traci exchanged over 500 text messages with her bailiff, Angela Miller. Traci had her phone in her lap outside the view of others in the courtroom. In addition to texting, she looked at various apps, including Facebook. Here are some examples of the text exchanges between the judge and her bailiff. Traci indicated that the prosecutor was sweating through his coat while he was questioning a potential juror. The bailiff responded, quote, "Yes, it's gross. He's gross and a horrible speaker," unquote. Traci suggested that the jury was going to hate the prosecutor. The bailiff responded, quote, "Absolutely, he's an arrogant blank hole," unquote. The bailiff then made a crass and demeaning reference about the prosecutor's genitals, implying the existence of an inadequate size situation. Traci responded with the ha-ha icon. After this, Traci continued with her criticism of the prosecutor. She texted, quote, "Why does he have baby hands?" unquote. She also said his hands were so weird looking. Traci felt differently about the defense attorney, saying, quote, "She's awesome," unquote, and, quote, "Can I clap for her?" unquote. When a video was being played for a witness on the stand, Traci texted, quote, "This blank is boring," unquote. Traci did not appear to be impressed with the validity of the state's case. She said, quote, "State just couldn't accept that a mom could kill their kid, so they went after the next person available," unquote. During the direct examination of a witness by the state, Traci texted, quote, "This is dumb," unquote. The bailiff responded, quote, "I just hope the jury doesn't buy this blank," unquote. Traci texted, quote, "He looks constipated," unquote. She also wrote, quote, "Is that the O blank look?" unquote. When Judith Danker, the mother of the victim, was testifying, Traci texted, quote, "Can I please scream, 'Liar, liar,' unquote." Traci appeared to admire a police officer who was testifying. She texted, quote, "He's pretty. I could look at him all day," unquote. At other times, Traci questioned whether a juror was wearing a wig, if a witness had teeth, and if another witness was blinking uncontrollably. Traci once again took the side of the defense when she texted, quote, "DNA excluded Martzel on the bed. No way they get guilty on murder," unquote. Ultimately, Christian Martzel was found guilty of manslaughter in the second degree. Traci sentenced him to 4 years in prison. Considering his time served, Christian earned no additional jail time. When Traci was confronted about the text messaging, she appeared to be dismissive by saying, quote, "It was like, oh, that's funny, move on," unquote. She made it seem as though she was only texting during breaks, but this was not true. The state argued that Traci should be removed due to gross neglect of duty, gross partiality in office, and oppression in office. At the time making this video, Traci has been suspended and is awaiting a hearing to determine if she will be removed from the bench permanently. Her attorney said, quote, "Judge Soderstrom takes these allegations very seriously. We are in the process of requesting the entire record from the Council of Judicial Complaints so that she can respond appropriately," unquote. I imagine responding appropriately would be something new for Traci. As far as the bailiff who offered the commentary on reproductive organ size, she is no longer employed by the District Court of Lincoln County. Now moving to my analysis. Here are my thoughts on a few areas that stood out to me in this case. Item number 1. There were several signs that Traci was not going to be an effective judge before the text messaging incident. The petition reviewed other allegations of inappropriate behavior. A few examples. Traci wanted male attorneys to be photographed in pink chairs, which were in her chambers. She seemed particularly focused on the men and didn't seem too keen on women being photographed in the chairs. During a trial in March of 2023, she made eye contact with her bailiff and began blinking fast, apparently making fun of a witness who blinked a lot on the stand. Traci made a number of poor decisions when presiding over cases. She had a history of trying to get particular outcomes in cases, like she was taking sides, and she made inappropriate posts on Facebook. Traci was not happy about the camera being pointed toward the bench. She had it removed, but it was put back. Part of the camera view was blocked. Eventually, the camera view was fully restored. It appeared as though Traci was trying to protect her ability to text and otherwise spend time on her phone. Item number 2. Even though Traci had been warned about her troublesome behavior, she did not make any significant adjustments to improve. She was new to being a judge, so naturally she was going to make some mistakes. But Traci appeared to have boundary problems that extended beyond simply having trouble learning the job. Several different incidents that Traci was involved in attracted negative attention. It wasn't like just one person complained about one thing. It was clear from the beginning that something was very wrong. Traci was not even close to being a good judge. Item number 3. What do I think happened in this case? This is just a theory, my opinion. There is this sense that Traci Soderstrom wanted to play every role inside the courtroom. She was not satisfied simply with being a judge. The job of a judge is to make sure that legal proceedings are held in accordance with the law. They are there to protect fairness and make appropriate legal determinations. The expectation is that they will be impartial and neutral. Traci was interested in having the power of a judge, but not with being impartial. She wanted not only to be the judge, but the jury, the prosecutor, and the defense. Now that she has been accused of wrongdoing, she will even get an experience similar to being the defendant, but I don't think she wanted that particular role. This case demonstrates how a lack of interpersonal boundaries can extend into other areas. Traci lacked boundaries in terms of her relationships with her coworkers, but also with the various roles in the legal system. She wanted to have complete power and control over everyone and everything. Another component of her behavior that I find interesting is her immaturity. She joined with the bailiff in making fun of the prosecutor's genitals. Traci made fun of witnesses and jury members. It was like a 5th grader was elected to be a judge, except Traci was not quite that responsible. Traci did not appear to be prepared socially to interact with others in a respectful manner, but she may have been insulting to some people to ingratiate herself with others. Perhaps she had trouble making friends, and she thought that crossing boundaries would help her do that. She was going to play the role of the cool judge. It reminds me of a situation that can occur in elementary school. Sometimes, if a student transfers from another school, they feel out of place and have trouble making friends. In order to form quick alliances, they join with people in making fun of others. it is a cheap and easy way to bond with people. Instead of forming genuine relationships, it creates superficial connections through antisocial behavior. Traci's style is closely aligned with this scenario. For example, she was picking on people's physical attributes, like whether or not someone was wearing a wig, if they had teeth, or if they blinked excessively. It was all basic observation that does not require any social skill. She did not have any empathy, therefore she was forced to rely only on elements that were physically observable. Another possibility in this case is that Traci's behavior indicated her true nature, like she had been stifling her desire to be inappropriate this entire time. When she was granted the tremendous power of being a judge, it unlocked her true self. She no longer felt restricted by any ordinary level of authority. Now she had a high level of authority. Now she could let her true nature shine, and people would just have to endure the awful glare. Now moving to my final thoughts. This case illustrates how fragile the justice system can be. One bad judge probably destroyed the fairness of several legal proceedings. Fortunately, in this instance, the state reacted quickly and decisively to pass judgment on the judge. But if Traci had been more subtle, she could have successfully evaded responsibility for years, if not for her entire career. If it was up to her, Traci would have dragged the justice system toward a dystopian future, not unlike the world inhabited by the comic book and movie character Judge Dredd. Of course, Traci's version of a street judge would be a little bit different. The people who would primarily fear her harsh and immediate justice would be those with bad teeth, receding hairlines, blinking problems, excessive perspiration, and undersized genitals. Those are my thoughts on the case of Traci Soderstrom. Please put any opinions and thoughts in the comment section. They always generate an interesting dialogue. As always, I hope you found my analysis of this topic to be informative. Thanks for watching.